Made Retarded Video presents folks. Doing another random test vlog. I'm not on my bike, but I'm about to be, damn it. Like I said, at least half of the fifth generation of being a retard is going to be bike vlogs, because I feel like it. I've been watching so many vloggers on YouTube riding their damn bike around, and I want their bike, damn it. They have all the nice bikes, like the Yamaha, Honda CBR, all that crap. Kawasaki Ninja is my favorite. But yeah, I'm still stuck with my little bike for the time being. Yep, beautiful day out today. It's normally always too hot, but today it actually feels nice. It's like in the mid-70s today. Yeah, just out in the middle of nowhere, as always, making a stupid video of nature. Yep. iPhones can take like pretty much professional quality video. It's kind of crazy. You can make that kind of quality on a smartphone. Yeah. Need to get gas. But then again, how the hell am I supposed to know if it's almost on empty? Damn fuel gauge is defective. Because one time it was almost on half, and then the bike stalled. I was like, what the fuck? I have half a tank of gas, and yet I'm out of gas. Yeah, stupid fuel gauge is busted. The thing I've always hated about living in Arizona is even on the days where it feels cool, if you stand out in the sun for more than like a minute, you'll heat up real quick. I don't want to move to Flagstaff. I've been wanting to move to Flagstaff for years. This is not a dirt bike, damn it! And we're off. The first few videos are mainly just going to be tests to see how good the video looks and sounds. Other than that, I'm probably not even going to edit any of these videos. I'm just going to stick them all together and that's it. No editing, whatever. Just a test, folks. You're on my side of the road, jackass! What are you doing? I love farming something. I couldn't even read that. I've been watching way too much Beavis and Butthead. Because now, every time I hear random songs I like, I'm always copying them like I haven't been spazzing out all that much. I want to spazz out more and talk retarded, damn it. But the first few videos are tests, like I said multiple times already, so kind of wanted to just get the tests over with. And after I watch these clips, I'll find out if I should talk lower or louder, or should I blow myself? I don't fucking know. I'll never have a chance to thank him for mowing my lawn. Yeah, we are at my old neighborhood. I like to come back here every now and then just to check up on my old house, see if they're wrecking my house or not. I mean, they've made a lot of improvements to this house. I mean, they kind of butchered everything. I mean, shit, they put another gate on the left side next to the garage. I wonder when they did that. Yeah, they butchered all the damn plants. That sucks. Yeah, it looks like they got that house a new shade of paint. I used to be my neighbor. I haven't seen him since he moved back to Colorado. We haven't hung out since we were like 12 or 13. It's been a long time. I moved here when I was like, I think I was 8. I don't remember. Yeah, it's been a long time. So I think we got kicked out of this house when I was like 18 or something like that. I think I was 18 when we got kicked out of here. Yeah. Nice neighborhood. There's like $800,000 houses in this neighborhood. I wouldn't consider myself rich back in the day, but I was almost rich. I mean, our house we bought it for like $500,000, and then the market went up, and it was I think it was worth nearly $1 million. It was like $850,000. And then my parents, when I was living with them at the time, they were getting cocky, because after we were living there for like 6 years, you know, the house was almost $1 million. And then, you know, my parents were like, oh yeah, let's stay here. Let's see if it'll get up to like $2 million. Because, yeah, they're just getting really cocky about it. You know, they like to gamble and go big, kind of like I do. So we stuck around at that house until hoping it was going to reach like almost $2 million, and then we were going to sell it, and then go buy some crappy house for like $200,000 and make a massive profit off of it. But the market crashed, of course, so our house went from like almost $900,000 down to like $300,000. You know, it was less than what we paid for it. So, you know, the bank took over the house, we got kicked out, and then that's pretty much when we went our separate ways after that. You know, I got my own place. Bitch truck. Yeah, I got my own place. Because back then we were still doing fairly well. You know, we just got kicked out of the house because it was worth less than what we paid for it, and we're just like, fuck this, we're getting out of here. So, what the hell is that damn clicking noise? Stupid strap. Yeah, I eventually moved into my own place because the family business was real estate. We're doing real estate. My dad owned his own real estate company, and I was co-owner. So we both did, you know, all the major stuff there, and we were making a lot of money, you know. My dad was averaging like $20,000 a month. I was averaging like $5,000 a month. So we were doing really well at the time. So I eventually just decided to get my own place. But then after that, you know, market started going to shit. Houses weren't selling like they used to. So I was making less and less and less and less. And yeah, I eventually got kicked out of my house because I wasn't making enough money. You know, I was barely making enough to pay the bills. And then, you know, all my real estate dues came up, which, you know, add all of my real estate dues every year, it's only like maybe $1,200 to $1,500 a year to pay for all my real estate dues, you know, be part of the board, be able to sell houses, have my lockbox key, all that stuff, be licensed, blah, 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 blah. I couldn't afford that because all that money I was putting towards the bills. So, that being said, I couldn't work anymore. I had to pay my real estate bills, then I couldn't afford the rent because of that. So I got kicked out, and then I put the last of my money I had in savings towards a shitty motel for a few months. Yeah. That's about it. And then I ended up being homeless for a year until, you know, I eventually picked up some other random jobs. Like I started working at a car dealership for a while, and then I started working at restaurants, you know, doing food, making food, stuff like that. And now I'm back to doing real estate and working, you know, a part-time job. But because real estate, I'm doing BPOs,
and it doesn't really pay all that much. It's like $50 to $60 every time I do a BPO, and I only get a few of those a month, so I've still had to do a part-time job to pay the rest of the bills. So right now I'm barely making it as it is, you know. So yeah, I'm rambling again, but again, that's the whole point of these bike vlogs. Every time I go out, I just talk about life. I talk about what I've been doing. So yeah, I guess that's the end of this vlog. I'll make more later. So, see you, folks! Hi, folks, it's me again. Yeah. I'm still trying to get used to the point of view on this hands-free camera. You know, I'm starting to make a lot more of these videos while I'm riding around, so I really would like to have both hands free so I don't get in a wreck. It's kind of distracting, so I'd rather have something I can just like put on my face or put on my helmet or whatever, and then just push a button, start recording, and then I can just forget about it. So far this works. I'm just still getting used to it. Anyway, folks, still need to get gas. And the plastic part of my case chips up really easily. Hey, what can you expect? This case was a piece of crap. I just needed some sort of a case. Can you believe that this phone cost more than this bike? I paid like, after tax, I paid like $800 for this bike. After tax, I paid $920 for this fucking thing. I bought it off contract. I hate being in contracts. I go by prepaid carriers. Yeah, iPhone 6s. When I got this thing like a year or two ago, bought it off contract. It was $849. After tax, I believe it was $920 total. That is fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous! Ah! Howdy, folks! Wonder how bad the wind is right now. I can feel a breeze, but I wonder how much the camera's picking it up. Yeah, I can't wait. Since I'm going to be doing these vlogs every single time I go out riding, and I can't wait to see the times where I'm going to get pissed off at traffic and start cussing and spazzing out and giving them the finger and stuff like that. And if people, you know, try and cut me off and they stop me and they get out of their car and try and fight me or something, gonna have all that in video too. You know, I get in a lot of trouble with people because I never keep my damn mouth shut. You know, when someone pisses me off, I sure as hell let them know they're pissing me off. So yeah, can't wait to get some of that shit on video. Yep. Get a lot of road rage videos. A lot of people cutting me off and being a bitch. Stupid strap is too tight. There we go. The strap is really thin. On my half helmet, the strap was like triple the size and thickness of this one. I guess you don't really even need a strap on a full-face helmet. When you put it on, it has such a tight fit, I highly doubt it's going anywhere. I mean, yeah, this helmet is not going anywhere. It doesn't even need a damn strap. Yeah. Vlog number 3. Yep. Crown Victoria. Ford Crown Victoria. There's only 2 types of people that drive a Ford Crown Victoria. Number 1 is a cop. Number 2 is an asshole. That's just my opinion. My factual opinion. I'd say half of it's factual, half of it's opinion. Fuck you. Can't wait until I can get a better quality hands-free camera. Because this one works, but the quality is pretty shitty. But hey, it works to make more videos. I mean, the whole Being a Retard series was based off of crappy quality videos. You know, if you ever seen the very original Being a Retard, it was horrible. I used my Razr flip phone. It was like 144p quality at like maybe 5 or 6 frames per second. It was the shittiest video I've ever made. Because back then technology wasn't really all that advanced. I mean, now smartphones are just as fast as modern PCs. It's insane. You know, like the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 7S, those smartphones are just as fast as high-end laptops. You know, fuck! Stupid fucking red light. Fucking hate red lights, stupid faggot. You know, that's another thing I hate about this bike. It's so slow. Because every time I see a yellow light, my initial reaction is to speed up. But this thing is not fast. You will not see this scooter and the word speed in the same sentence, ever. Piece of shit. I mean, the scooter isn't a piece of shit, it's just too slow. Can't stress that enough, too slow. But it's definitely reliable. I've saved several $1,000s on gas on this bad boy. Coming from my fucking 88 Bronco, I have saved thousands, literally thousands of dollars on gas ever since I switched to this thing. Because, you know, comparing my Ford Bronco, it was a piece of shit, but it worked for the time being until it couldn't pass emissions anymore. And then I ended up getting a $600 ticket for expired tags. Because, you know, it was my only way to get around. I didn't really have much of a choice. Yeah, I was getting like maybe 12 miles to the gallon on that thing, compared to 80 miles to the gallon on this thing. It's a big difference. Way big difference. I was spending like $400 a month on gas for that gas hog of a truck. $400 every month just on gas. Holy shit. On this, I spend maybe $20, maybe $20 or $30 a month on gas. And keep in mind that I use this thing every day. I use it to go to work. I use it to go to the store. This is my daily driver. And I spend maybe $30 tops every month on gas. It's insane. Insane in the brain. Ah! Yeah. That's a big thing that's got me interested in bikes. Is that not only are they fun, I mean, sure, they're really dangerous, but I don't give a shit. They're fun, and the big perk to riding motorbikes is you're going to get hybrid-style gas mileage. You know, it doesn't matter what type of bike you ride. You could ride a sport bike, a cruiser, or a little moped like this. Either way, you are going to get hybrid-style gas mileage. Like even those big cruisers and sport bikes usually average somewhere between 30 to 40 miles to the gallon. That's usually what the average hybrid gets. Hybrid vehicle. So, yeah, you're going to be saving a lot on gas if you are a biker. That's why I've decided to just, you know, stow away my old truck, and I just ride this thing. And I'm probably not going to buy a car again. I might buy some cheap piece of crap car for those times where I want to go grocery shopping, or I have big, you know, something big that I have to put in the back or something that won't fit on my bike. Then that's the only time I'll use a car. But other than that, I'm going bike all the way. You know, bikes all the way. That's all I'm going to be using is bikes. It's just so much funner and so much cheaper, and it's just better in every aspect, other than carrying a lot of crap. Other than that one drawback, you know, not enough storage, I'm just going to be a biker. You know, I bought this thing several years ago just to see if I would like it. Because, you know, it fit my budget, and I figured, why the hell not? Let's try this thing. So I bought it. And I liked it. So that's why I'm at the point of where I'm going to start looking at a bigger bike, something that can go faster. I don't know what I'm going to get though. Now, I might, if it were up to me, I would just get a 1000cc sport bike, but can't afford that. Those are like $10,000 to $15,000 new. Sometimes even more. It depends on the brand. Oh. Just cruising around, because I feel like it. The wind feels perfect today. It doesn't feel hot, doesn't feel cold. It just feels perfect. Yeah, well, it's gonna start getting really cold in the next month. Gotta start wearing more shit. I gotta check the damn oil. When I changed the oil on this thing, I put too much. Because it was enough at first, and then I started riding around, and I guess I checked it again, and it was way too much. It was almost overflowing. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, I'm gonna check the oil again, make sure it's at proper level. Do that when I get home, folks. Stupid faggot. Hurry up, you dumb van. You're stupid, van. Actually, vans are not stupid. They have a shitload of space in there. I can see why all these gangbangers drive vans around. And they slide the door open and when they do their drive-bys. Vans are perfect for that shit. I feel kind of weird talking about that kind of thing. It's just weird, you know? I mean, obviously, I've never been affiliated with any sort of gang. I'm just saying, those vans, I can see why gangs and mafias and shit use all those kinds of... The hell is on the road? What bullshit? I need to give this bike its annual tune-up. Folks! Because all I've really been doing over the years is changing the oil. And I think I changed the front brake pads once, because that only takes like 10 minutes. You just unbolt, there's like 2 bolts to take off, tight squeeze. Yeah, take 2 bolts off, you pop off the, whatever the fuck it's called. Too tired to think about specific words right now. But yeah, and then you take 2 other small bolts off, and then you just, the brake pads just slide right out, and then you slide them back in, and then you put the bolted back in. Simple. That's why I love disc brakes versus drum brakes. Because drum brakes, at least on this thing, if I want to change the rear brake, which is a drum brake, I'd have to take the whole damn wheel off. It's a pain in the ass. But this, you know, I just pop off one thing, take the pads out, put new pads in, and that's it. Good to go. That's why, you know, I think that the rear brake is almost about ready to be changed. But I don't really give a shit, because I never use it. The rear brakes squeak too much, and I'm too lazy to fix the squeaking. So I just use the front brake, like 90% of the time. Unless I'm in like an emergency braking situation where someone fucking pulls out in front of me, then I gotta slam both brakes on. I slam the rear brake first, followed by a firmly pulling on the front brake. Because you can never slam on the front brake. Otherwise you will, especially if you're turning as you do the brakes, that is the worst way to brake in an emergency braking situation. I mean, if you're going to swerve out of the way, do not pull on the brake, otherwise your front wheel will lock up and you will go over the handlebars. So if you're going to do an emergency brake, always slam on the rear brake followed by a firm pull on the front brake. Never slam on the front brake, otherwise either you're going to go over the handlebars or your wheel's going to lock up and you're going to fuck yourself, basically. But anyway, I'm home. That's the end of this vlog, so stay tuned for more pointless vlogs. See you, folks!